While you started with the tariff, before that there was a discussion about Red Sea reopening. And prior to that, we have seen the Russia-Ukraine, prior to that, COVID. So in the last 5-6 years, there was a lot of chaos. Ironically, it has worked very, very well for shipping and logistic company, and they made the money what they didn't do in last 2 decades. So yes, they are thriving in chaos, and what lies next is probably will determine the course of action.
Now, I want to try and ask you this because I tried to put this question earlier to a guest of mine, Aon. They're into insurance and solutions for risk to deal with shipping companies. With this heightened risk that we've seen now, a second conflict that is taking place with Israel and Iran now. In terms of insurance and the premiums for shipping companies, has there been an increase?
I mean, it goes without saying it probably would have gone through the roof, although it's difficult to quantify because we saw the same thing when the Red Sea crisis happened. In fact, some of the ship owners are now hesitant to even give their ships to trade in that route. And depending on the value of the cargo, but it could be low to mid double digit.
Yeah, of course, I'm sure it is determined by factors like the vessel flag, the ownership, the cargo type, many different factors going into that. Of course, that'll be really important in terms of the security of the shipping lanes. How are you seeing the shipping lanes being impacted? Are ships rerouting? How are they choosing to navigate through this conflict?
Yeah. Sure, see, I mean, probably Red Sea gives you a good example. So when that incident happened, so if you see almost all the container ships that had to go through Cape of Goods have moved towards that direction. As much as close to 85 to 90% of the vessels has already diverted. It helped them to absorb a lot of capacity as well. And there are very, very small amount of fleet actually is going through who either have to operate in that basin. With respect to Strait of Hormuz, I mean, so far we haven't heard much disruptions. And I usually say like oil price tells us what probably is intended to happen. And the fact that after an initial jump of 75 on Friday is hovering around at that reason. So I don't think that closure of Strait of Hormuz is a base case for most of the watchers at this point.
Are you expecting a closure of the Strait of Hormuz? What would it look like?
I mean, to be honest, I'm not an economist. I'm not a politician. All what I can see is that industry has been through so many of such things, and there will be an alternative way. It will create a vacuum for the time being that will create dislocation of supply. Freight rates will go higher. Probably some of those countries will try to find alternative source of securing oil. But yes, whether it will happen or not, I mean, your guess is as good as mine.